Well, welcome back F11 members to the fundamentals of post-production video tutorials for issue 51, April 2016. So this is part 2. In part 1 we took this image of a nun in Yangon in Burma, and the raw file on the left is untouched straight out of the camera, and I'm endeavoring to balance the picture between the shadowy foreground and the bright sunlit spires and sky at the top. And this is as far as we've got on the, and what I'm going to do now, so far let's just recap. We have used the grad tool and the highlights tool and the shadows tool to reclaim highlights, to boost shadows, and also to boost the brightness of the bottom of the image. But I need to go further. It's not quite there yet. And so what I want to do is brighten just this area, not where the white of the spires is, but just the nun and the paving. And to do that, I'm going to use the adjustment brush. Now, I showed you how we can apply a mask whereby the adjustment brush will be applied. And again, if I come down here and click on Show Selected Mask Overlay now, I have exposure of plus 50. That's a nominal value. I can subsequently adjust that to suit. And I'm now going to select the area that I want the adjustments to be applied using the adjustment brush. So again, I can use my square brackets key to adjust the size of the brush. Down here I have feather selected to its maximum of 100 pixels. As for flow, I would advise always keeping it at 100. And I have auto mask selected. That's the same function as we looked at in part 1 with the grad tool that will help me make the mask apply only to the area I want to. So I'm now going to just paint around the area that I want to work on. Okay, that's worked well. I'm just going to now make the brush bigger because I'm going to select all of this bottom part of the image here. By the way, I forgot to mention down here below auto mask, density 100. Always have it on the maximum because you can choose to apply how much adjustment using the exposure brush. Keep things simple, really. Okay, come down on the adjustment here, just zoom in a bit, and I'm going to make sure that the adjustment brush is affecting the top of the nun's head there. Okay, that's good. Right, let's come back out again. Command zoom back out, unselect the mask overlay, and now I can adjust this area of the picture to suit brightness and contrast, and in fact highlights and shadow recovery as well. I'm actually going to just look at exposure first and go about plus how far? Again, around about plus 45, I think. I'm going to put my values in there. 0.45. And that looks about right to me. I think we'll probably fine-tune this, put a bit of contrast in. And click on Done. Right, where are we at with this picture? Well, I'm just going to now use the Radial Tool here, and by just selecting an area around the nun herself, and I can move this around to suit by grabbing the middle of it, bringing it down. What I want to do is just brighten her just a touch. Down here you see I'm going to click on invert mask so that she is being brightened whereas the surroundings are untouched. That's too much because you can see almost a halo effect around her. I'm going to have the merest touch of adjustment here, just +10 really. Let's put my values in there. I find it difficult to get it precise using the slider. Okay, toggle that on and off, and you can see the effect. Okay, come down here, invert mask again, and now this is affecting the area around her. Just bring back the exposure just a touch to about well, no, I'm going to not do anything to the exposure. Touch of contrast, just the merest touch. Done. Okay. Right, time to step back and look at the picture, and we're pretty much there. If I now just going to use the tone curve to brighten the whole image just a touch, put a touch of an S-curve in to put a little bit of contrast into the image. Not much at all. And now put just a smidgen, a pinch of vibrance in there, about +7. There works well. And we have an image that is bright, high key, appealing. It's got all the tones. It is radically different from the raw file that came straight out of the camera. Last thing I need to do is adjust my sharpening. Click on the preset, Sharpen Scenic preset. Come down here towards my masking so that I'm only applying sharpening to the area of the image that I want to. Slide that to the right until the black applies just to the sky really. About 10 is about right there. And now ask myself if I'm happy with that picture. Let's go back to where we started, the before and after. And it's pretty good, isn't it? And I would say that these things that we've looked at today, how to apply this mask overlay using either the grad tool or the adjustment brush, how to use that auto masking function, how to fine tune the masking using the brush as well, makes for some really, really useful features, which mean that the times that I need to carry on working in the picture in Photoshop are less and less. So hopefully that's been of use to you this week. We'll carry on, of course, next month with more fundamentals of post-production video tutorials. But I'd like to leave you with just a few thoughts that you've probably heard from me before, but I think that this picture in a nutshell summarizes it all, and that is that the quality of your pictures will depend really on your vision, how you see pictures, how you understand light, how you compose them. Keep things simple. The magic of capturing a decisive moment like this is what it's all about, with the nun just in the right place there, the bird in the sky. And then what we need to do to the picture subsequently in post-production is to bring out all that is there, all the tones that are there, to optimize the picture. But no amount of cleverness in the digital darkroom will ever be able to make a bad picture into good. But sometimes we can make a good picture better. And that's what these video tutorials are all about. Thank you very much, and see you next month.